Guys, welcome. I'm doing things a little different today. I'm trying to switch it up because I'm putting the work in on this channel. I really appreciate guys tuning in and showing up for me, and I'm doing my best to show up for you. I want to assure you that you all mean so much to me. You've inspired me. Your words of encouragement and how I've helped have been astonishing. It really has helped me in my life too. So just know things are getting better in your life. If my life's getting better and I've lived a very arduous life, I guarantee you your life's getting better. And I did some work, guys. I did some real good work. I built a book, uh, and I went over it yesterday. I fine tuned it a little bit, and I'm gonna share the first chapter with you. It's more of a stage, a book that or it's sort of like a journal of what I've done that helped me to grow from being tormented to feeling like I'm living in hell on earth every day, homeless, family turning on me, everybody turning on me. And ultimately, I had to turn to God, and many people don't like that word. But you know what? God likes you, cares about you very much. And I want you to know that uh, it took for me as my foundation. And I went from homelessness, living on a mat with 30 other men every night in a shelter, and waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and walking endlessly 6 to 10 miles a day, homeless in the middle of downtown, but I found my way. I turned to God, and God gave me a purpose and gave me a path to go on. And I promised him that I would teach others. I would be a mentor of sorts, and I find that as a privilege. It's something that you earn in life. You go through what you go through so that you can be an example for others. And I had to do the hard work. I had to do a lot of hard work, man. I was a long time ago. I was strung out on drugs. I was sleeping with people I shouldn't be sleeping with. I was in hairy situations, life or death situations. I have a lot of stripes. I don't show them all, and I don't always talk about them, but it took for me to surrender a lot, and it took for me to turn to God. Taking Jesus on as my mentor, my Father in heaven. It took that, and I'm telling you, if you do some of what I'm gonna put out for you, if you apply, no matter what side of the spectrum you fall on in life, you could be rich and have nothing, and you could be poor and have everything. It doesn't matter what end of the spectrum you are in your life right now, because if you've gone through I know anyone tuning in here has gone through a lot, has been through a lot in their life. And I'm telling you, if you're having a hard time or whatever you're going through, or even if you've been through some of this I'm talking about and you're building on it already, you might get another take on it. Again, this doesn't matter what social economic uh, placement you are. It doesn't matter what color, it doesn't matter what creed, nothing, religious beliefs. It doesn't matter. If you do this, I guarantee you, your life's gonna be, it's gonna be beautiful, and God will help you along the way. I promise you that, guys. I promise you. I know this from example, from firsthand knowledge, experience, guys. I struggled for so long, and I really had to pull myself out of a pit, man. I did, but it took first turning to God and giving my 100%, not just like, oh, I'll do this and I might be doing that. And it's like, no, just being with Him and present with Him and building on what He told me to do uh, to become successful. I am a success story. I am I'm a miracle. I'm a full blown miracle. One of God's greatest miracles. I don't see it out with ego or pride. I am, and it's the proof's in the pudding. It really is, guys. The proof's in the pudding, especially when it comes uh, to God and be able to really wholeheartedly teach others. I'm not just one of those people who throw catchphrases out or all these really cool things to get your attention. No, I really want to get to the meat and potatoes and help as many people as possible, because there are a lot of hurting individuals out in this world that don't have anybody to turn to or to embarrassed to turn to anyone, or are trying to figure it out on their own. And I've been there. I have been there, guys. I want to say this from experience, guys. I don't mean to put anybody down or belittle or poke holes in anybody's lifestyles or anything like that. But first, please, guys, like, subscribe, share. Many more other people. This type of stuff will save their lives. It will save their lives. It saved mine. And for many people, they thought I wasn't worth saving. That's how far down the spectrum I got in life. A lot of it had to do with a lot of other people outside of me. A lot of real treacherous people. Even as close as my family. I mean, lay my head down at night and then the next room. You know what I mean? And that's hurt. That's hate. That's hurt. It hurts deep down inside. But it took me, and as I go along, guys, I'm just gonna touch on the first stage, the first step today, because that's what I'm moved to do. And I'm thinking about publishing this. I'm gonna have to tweak it a little bit, but I'm thinking about publishing it, and it will help many other people. So if you could please like, subscribe, share, all that stuff, it will help people. It truly will. I know. I've wanted to touch on this. I know a lot of people have to have a gimmick to draw people in, like tarot cards or the Bible readings and all these great things that can help others. You know, uh, but I don't like saying this. What my channel is prophetic or anything like that. It happens. I do that from time to time. But essentially, this is for people who want to save their lives, who really want to save their lives, really want to learn something new and change for the better. This is what this is about. This is what I bring to the table. I bring change, real change, from the gutter to living a life that I only dreamt of. But I'm going to tell you what it took for me to get there. And I'm telling you, this will save people's lives. I don't say that half-heartedly. I'm all in on this type of thing. I'm all in because God's been so great to me. People I walk down the street, people might look at me like, no, he doesn't believe in God. He doesn't read the Bible. He doesn't do any of that. No, but they're still judging that book by its cover, right? But I tell you, man, my life's changed, but it took first. My foundation was built by God and with God for God. And no matter what I talk on, the topics or anything like that, it will always be rooted in God. God created everything. God created everything. So there's nothing on this planet that God didn't have a hand in, because He created those. I full-heartedly believe He created those people that create things. That is God. God breathed life into them. God created them. Hence, that is a creation of God. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good, but God created that person to have free will to be able to do good or bad. But see, God's in everything. You can always find a silver lining. You can always find a piece of God in like, say if there's an earthquake, right? It's not always it's not an act of God, no. But you know what the act of God is? The ones who come in and clean that up and help families repair their lives. That's God. That firsthand is God. He created those people to come in and help, to have that heart, to come in and help those people who are down on their luck, have no money, lost their home, lost in a flood. That's what God does. God doesn't create hatred, pain, agony. No, He helps create people to help come relieve that pain and that agony. That's God's in everything, man. He's in everything. He's beautiful. He's creative. He created me, and I'm telling you, I'm interesting, but I have love and God in my heart, always, always. So, anyways, I just want to take another moment before I get into this, guys, to thank you. I'm grateful. To anyone who picks up and listens to this channel, watches it, shares it, all that. I'm just grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful for uh, just being able to breathe life into me every day and get up and have another chance at life, man. You know, uh, Anyways, guys, I'm going to get into this here. First chapter is called, my series is called The Importance of Being Balanced. We're at a stage in our life right now, guys, where we know bad and we know good. We know which end we can go to, but we don't really know what lies in the middle, right? Because we know left hand chaos. Let's the right hand, solitude, serenity. Feel peace. We know these two ends, but sometimes we have to come in the middle and learn how to really balance it out in case we get hit by outside forces, or sometimes life takes a turn, right? And we can go from here down to here real quick and feel like there's no way out. There's no way we're going to change when one day we're like living in a mansion and cars and girls and all this other, but then the IRS comes in and seizes everything and you're homeless, boom, on a mat in a shelter, right? I'm not saying that wasn't me, no. I'm just giving you an example, right? Boom, you're right here and you don't know how to get to here again because you have to go through this, right? So this is a way it helped me find my balance. When you get to a point, I've had a lot of witchcraft, spell work, treacheries, deceit, slander, uh, death magic. I mean, really, people wanted me 10 toes up, right? And I had to find my balance. Finally, I got to a point where they got tired of doing that to me because it wasn't hurting me anymore. It wasn't pigeonholing me anymore. I kept growing and I got stronger and I became a better version of myself. And all that stuff no longer worked on me, right? So finally, I could take a time and reflect back. How did I accomplish this? How did I get to this point in my life? How did I, with real work, uh, how did I get here? And I took a moment to reflect. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, this has been consistent. I need to really turn people onto this, man. This is legit. So it's the importance of being balanced because you don't want to be doing good one day and then somebody just doesn't like you. They will come over here and do some spell work on you and slap you upside your face, right? Out of nowhere, or have a funky dream and you know you're in a depressive state. No, you have to be prepared for that. It's good preparation. It's not saying, oh, that's going to happen. It's that I'm not going to allow this to happen because I'll be ready. It won't happen because I'm ready. It's not speaking into reality. It's like, no, this won't happen because I have this. I have this tool. I have this ability. Anyways, so first one, very important, guys. Find a higher power, guys. Find a higher power. If you go to AA or NA or things like that, some people do, you'll know what a higher power is, right? But I delve a little deeper than that, guys. All right. First, first part. You start to find meaning and purpose in friendships with Jesus, God, the universe, or any source of power outside yourself. This is the most important aspect and the first most essential building block to creating a fruitful future for yourself. Nothing else really works unless you are willing to come to terms with the truth. I am in no way challenging your inner strength, but instead telling you that we are incomplete and cannot build on a foundation that does not have faith at its heart. The truth is, in order for these next suggestive steps to truly work in your life, you will have to admit you cannot do this on your own. Many people will try to argue that there is no God and Jesus was just a man. I tell you, there are countless people on this planet who have said just that, and on their deathbed, they found out differently. So, in my opinion, these people I speak of left this world in regret and ignorance. So, please don't be that person and try to do this on your own, because the next vital steps in the process you will build upon this foundation. Having worked so hard and got nowhere, I am giving you this hard earned advice from firsthand work. I am telling you, if this worked for me and is still working to this day, then I know with an open mind and a giving heart, you can and will succeed if you choose to give into my process. Sorry, guys. And give God a chance. Ask yourself what you have to lose when you have everything to gain. I am grateful you have chosen to share this journey with me, and I promise you that if you incorporate these basic but vital suggestions, you will indeed have a better and more fruitful life, leading to the abundance you know you deserve. So that's just the first one, guys. And we could expand on that all day, right? But there's been many people, guys, and you watched YouTube channel, you watched TikToks, all that. I mean, you've watched and read a lot of articles about when people on their deathbed and just before they pass away, it's different. You know, it's they see God, they see God, and why do we have to get to that point? Why do we have to be so stubborn, guys, that we can't believe in our Creator, the one who gave us life? You might say, "Oh, my dad created, my mom did." We all came from one thing, guys. One direct source. One, the creator of all things seen and unseen, guys. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. You know, people might say, "Oh, it was a Big Bang." Da, da, da. It's God, guys. It just is. It is. You know, and I don't want you to leave this world in ignorance because our stubborn natures. We want to think that we're God, that we have it. I'm gonna do a whole thing on this too, man. It's about how people how they're trying to use through archaeology and science to say we're gods. We have this on our own, you know. And what that does is that detaches you from God. That separates you. And I don't want you to like delve into that. And then when it comes to your last days, your last breath, you sat there and you wished, oh, I should have. I should have. Why should we be so stubborn to do that, people? Why should we be so egotistical to listen to some archaeology telling us that we need to separate from God's grace and His mercy and His love for us? You're gonna listen. You're gonna have another man tell you that no, it's this way. Like it's almost foolhardy, man. You know, they even talk about it being spiritual programming, right? And that we need to get away from that. Think about this, guys. Think about this. Do you know how bad it would be if we didn't have spirituality in our lives? How lawless this earth would be? How we would be wanting to, it would be the purge every day of the week. You get what I'm saying? That it brings purpose and guidance for individuals. It's not it's not an imprisonment. It's not a torture. It's no, it shows you how to live a loving, abundant, happy life. You know what I mean? I know for myself, guys. I get my power from source, from the direct, right from me. I don't go to the middleman. I get it uncut. All right, just put it that way. I know it from firsthand experience, guys. God is very real, and He loves each and every one of us. He wants our faith and our love in Him. That's all He asks, and He will show up for you. He has shown up for me three himself 3 different times, man. Three, three, and life and death situations. Life and death situation. We're not talking about, oh, I might have, no, I'm talking about life and moments from death. Yes, God is very real. And what Satan is literally trying to do to the masses is trying to get them detached from that, trying to condemn and own you. That's what he's trying to do ultimately. By you're going to believe some guy who dug up some relics from 4,000 years ago. Not even like just dug them up. You weren't there when he dug them up. You're going to believe that over like the Bible. Like you're going to believe all of that that's been proven and vetted like over some. That's the easiest way to get you detached from God, for you to sever ties from God and Jesus. That's the easiest way. You're gonna, oh yeah, that relic says I was this. Yeah, I'm God. You know, that's where you start thinking, I'm God. I created me. No, it's kind of like the child parent dynamic, right? Think about that. Do you know how lawless that would be if you said you it's like that. Okay, how about like those twins? I forget what their name is. They were lived in L.A. like in the '90s. They murdered their parents for money. That's what I'm talking about, man. When you get detached from that's detached from God. That's what God is trying to. It's teaching us how to respect our Father. I respect my Father in heaven. I love Him with all my heart, and He has been there for me and has shown up for me. But that's what this whole archaeological detachment. You're God, and you help, you co-create. You create with the Father, right? You create with Him. You're not the creator. You get what I'm saying? Like when you do that, you're putting yourself above God. That's saying, I don't love you, Father. You didn't create me. I created myself. That's what that's saying. God don't like that. When you go in, it's like just because somebody took some archaeological things and then came up with this and you believed it, that's the easiest way for Satan to win and get you disconnected from God. You know what I mean? He's trying to own you. You get what I'm saying? It's so obvious that they distract you with like the Anunnaki, and yes, aliens are real. All that stuff is real. Yes, we are Sarces, we are chosen ones, right? But they want you to like worship the Anunnaki over God. Like, see how they're just like doing all this magician, look over here and it's really over here. They're trying to disconnect you from God. But in order for these next stages, and I'm telling you, they're critical, man. They will help to change your life, but it needs to be rooted in God along the way, Jesus along the way down your path for this to work. I don't care if you're a drug addict, if you have a sex addiction, a pornography addiction, whatever addiction you have, or whoever, it will heal you. God will restore you slowly through these stages and these steps. It did for me, and I literally, people thought I was unsavable. I wasn't worth, you know, if I was on fire, they wouldn't even took a leak on me to put me out. You know what I mean? That's how far gone people wanted to write me off. But God took me from below the gutter. He drug me out, brushed me off, and said, just do this, son. But one day you will help me to teach others. I will protect you and guide you along this way. And he did. He did, guys. I'm not in here trying to like, oh, he's trying to convert everybody. He's trying, like, no, it's awesome if you do. It's awesome if you do. And it will be imperative as God's source, Jesus, as your higher power to build on it. And it will all make sense and it will all come together. It all will. And you don't have to do it perfectly. You don't have to come off to the world as you're perfect or you're as you see, as you'll go along here, guys. I'm telling you, when you're rooted in God, just the faith and believe in Him, just you don't have to pick up a Bible and pound through the pages every day. Sometimes you don't have time to sit down and read the Bible, you know. But when you have God in your heart, when you have Jesus in your heart, on your mind every day, and you talk to Him as you go throughout your day and touch bases with Him and say, hey, what do I do next? He will guide you. I'm telling you, that's how He did for me. And there's a stage in here that talks about how you don't need to look like you're crazy. You don't care if people look at you like you're crazy. You don't, because you look beautiful in the eyes of the Lord. You're doing His work. You're living with Him and for Him, and that's gold for Him. You don't have to care about what Joe Schmo over here thinks of you. He's not guiding you and protecting you. He's not. No, you got God. You have God next to you on your side, man. That's beauty. I'm telling you guys, this worked for me, man. And if you want, I'll read this again, guys. I want to read this again for you here because now that I've put a little more context, more passion into it, I'm going to read this another time for you guys. Find a higher power. You start to find meaning and purpose in friendships with Jesus, God, and the universe, or any source of power outside of yourself. This is the most important aspect and the first most essential building block to creating a fruitful future for yourself. Nothing else really works unless you are willing to come to terms with the truth. I am no way challenging your inner strengths, but instead telling you that we are incomplete and cannot build on a foundation that does not have faith at the heart of it. The truth, in order for the next suggestive steps to truly work in your life, you will have to admit you cannot do this on your own. Many people try to argue that there is no God and Jesus was just a man. I tell you, there are countless people on this planet who have said just that, and on their deathbed, they found out differently. So, in my opinion, these people I speak of left this world in regret and ignorance. So please don't be that person and try to do this on your own, because the next vital steps in this process will build upon this foundation. Having worked so hard and got nowhere, I am giving you this hard earned advice from firsthand work. I am telling you, if this worked for me and is still working to this day, then I know with an open mind and a given heart, you can and will succeed if you choose to give into my process and give God a chance. Ask yourself, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose when you have everything to gain? I am grateful you have chosen to share this journey with me, and I promise to you that if you incorporate these basic but vital suggestions, you will indeed have a better and more fruitful life, leading to the abundance you know you deserve. Mic drop. Seriously, guys, I'm not. When I walk down the street today, and the ones that were going against me, I'm talking a year and a half ago. I mean, the ones that were all out for me. I've walked by them, and they didn't even notice who I was. I was that changed. I literally have given them a cigarette. They said thank you and walk off. When they were going knee deep on me, yeah, I've changed that much. I wasn't trying to stick around, but I'm telling you, I've changed that much because it took giving myself, being done with everything, and say, God, you got me. What do I do? What do you need me doing? And I stood still, I listened, I saw, and I walked in faith. But it took this and then the next steps, guys, to accomplish where I'm at today. And you would be surprised where I'm at today. I'm not going to share everything about where I'm at. I'm not. Just say I'm just going to tell you it's beautiful. Every waking second of my life is beautiful. And that's the freedom God has given me. My Lord and Savior gave me this life. That's why I told him I would help others. This channel is dedicated to my Lord and Savior, to God. Yes, this is because without him, I would have nothing today. And I know that. I'm not full of ego or pride. Oh, I can do this on my own. Oh, I'm going to show them. Like, no, that's running on demon time, dude. No. I came from one source, and that's God. Yes, doesn't matter if my mom and dad gave me birth, my grandma and grandpa gave birth to them. No, we all go all the way back. It all goes back to God. And that's who I worship. My living, loving God. You know, everybody's walk with God is different. When they get on that path, the walk is different. And I'm going to show you some things that are going to help you along the way. When you incorporate these basic, simple things, you will notice how your life has changed. But at first, I'm telling you, first it's to believe and then know in God. It does. You know what I mean? And you will notice the love you have for him will rub off onto you. It will come, you'll notice that you guys are in tandem. You're working together. You and God are working together. He's not against you. He doesn't hate you. He doesn't want to see you fail in the end. He's not playing a sick, twisted joke with you. No, he loves you and just wants your heart and to walk with him. He doesn't expect you to live in perfection. There was only one perfect person on this planet, and that was Jesus. All right? He doesn't expect perfection. He loves it when you progress. He loves it when you go from frowning to smiling. Look at me, I'm smiling, guys, and I have teeth missing. I don't care. I don't care because my love for God is stronger than what other people think about my old insecurities I had. I don't care because my message is getting out there. You don't think the ops didn't want me to have this so where I wouldn't be able to speak out? I say, you know what? I don't care about that. I'm here today speaking to you about God and the love He has for me and the simple stages and steps I took along the road with Him that God got me to my success, my abundance, the love that's unshakable, and the faith I have in Him today. Yes. Many people on this planet talk about, I don't have a grill, I don't want pictures, I don't want. That's one thing that's keeping them away from succeeding in life and going on their path. Don't let the ops win. I'm not. That's why I'm sharing this with you. The ops don't want me telling you this stuff. They don't want you awakening. They don't want you becoming a better person. They want you to stay subservient and small. God don't want that. God wants you bigger than a house. He wants to build you up into a strong soldier for the Lord. You know, and I say that. I say that because uh, I work for God and I love God very much. I do. I work with God. I love that. I love that I'm able to do that. And I say a soldier for the Lord is that you'll have the burning sensation in your heart. You'll have that like I'm representing for God. I'm representing for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm repping Him, and I don't care what anybody thinks. That's what I mean by soldier. That abundant power. I don't care what you think. It's what you tell me. I don't care what you think. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and my best friend's right here with me. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, right? And that's just the beauty of it, guys. So I'll return with another video here probably tonight. But really let that weigh on your heart what I told you. And rewind it, listen to it again, and just let it fill your heart. Because it's not an empty promise. This isn't an empty thing I'm giving you. It's not empty. If you take it and you grab onto it and really internalize it, you'll see how you just got that seed got planted, and this is the soil, and you're going to start growing, and these stages will show you how to do it, and it'll beautify your life. But the ops don't want you to go. I'm telling you, they don't want you to. And to listen to this, to read it, it'll only take 5 minutes, and it might take another 3 hours of internalizing, and you'll come to the light will go off. Be like, oh yeah, it is that easy. Look at him. Look what he's doing that. Gosh, that must be hard. With all those, like, you could just, I'm not saying judge a book by its cover, but you could look at me, you could tell how many insecurities I might have had in the past. I had to give those all up. I had to surrender it. God loves me. I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful in His eyes. I don't have to care. I really don't. God will take care of me, man. And I don't have to worry about what the world thinks of me, because I'm here to help the world. They can take me for who I am and what I do and what I speak about, or they can take me at all. But this will touch the hearts and the minds of the people who need to hear it. And that's who I care about. That's who this person cares about. This soul cares about. So, anyways, guys, go ahead and listen to this, and I'm going to come back with another video here in probably another hour or so. But just thank you for showing up and being here, being receptive, and please like, share, follow, all that stuff. And also, guys, mind you, this picture right here, this right here, yeah, drawing's coming up in about, well, it'll probably be about another week and a half. But I'm going to go live in another 5 days, and those who show up during the live and comment during the live, I will put a random drawing, computerized random drawing thing, and the name that comes up will win. And then I'll announce that here in a couple weeks, and then I'll get the address to send it to. And I'm going to send it out of my own pocket, my own money. I'm going to send it directly to you. And this is 3 foot by 3 foot. And your name, right here. Your name's going to go right here, and it's going to be one of a kind. So there's going to be no reprints, no copyings, no nothing. That's going to be a one of a kind just for you. Look at that. And it says, grateful are the chosen ones. That's what it says, guys. In my own style, my own original style. I want what's best for you guys. And I want you guys to grow as much as I did. I wasn't given much. But when I found out what God had for me and was willing to give me, if I put in the work, it was beautiful. You don't have to have $1 million to be the richest man in the world. You don't. To feel like the richest man in the world, I do it here today, and I tell you, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, guys. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys, and comment all that stuff. Just I'm telling you guys, this is a new style for me too. I'm doing it. I'm reading off my computer. I'm really putting the work here, guys. I'm putting the work here for you guys to put the work in for yourselves too. You know what I mean? That's what I'm here doing. I'm here helping, guiding you, and it's ever changing, right? We grow, and it's beautiful. We can either wilt away or grow. I choose to grow, guys. I want to be that beautiful flower out the concrete, right? That's what I'd rather be. All right, guys. Anyways, thank you for showing up, and I'll be back in about an hour. Take care. God bless y'all. Praise Jesus.